Hello everyone, so the international break is finally over. Well, soon to be after you've watched this video. But there is some news to come out of it in terms of Wolves players and how they've done and how they're going to be how fitness wise they're going to be going into the Sunderland away game, which is obviously a huge fixture for Wolves coming up the weekend. But some of the main stories is Santi obviously finally captaining Uruguay, well deserved. Tolu Arokodare being in a plane scare, which was very worrying, that news, but I'll get onto that in a minute. And there's a bit of a story on Jhon Arias as well and why he wasn't selected for Colombia. And I'll go through the rest of some other stories as well, Wolves players. But let's start with Santiago Bueno. Obviously, I did that video the other day about how well he's done for Wolves, how he's literally forced his way into the first team, particularly now we've gone to a 4-3-3, him and Krejci, great partnership. I also said that it was likely he'd get a chance to be captain of Uruguay due to selection and people missing out and things like that. In their first game, he came on in the second half, but then the other night, he was captain in a friendly against Uzbekistan, played the full 90 minutes. So what an honour for Santiago Bueno to captain Uruguay, and I think it's a good reward for how well he's been playing for Wolves this season. I hope that continues going into Sunderland. And Tolu Arokodare for Nigeria, he started in a 2-1 win for them late part of last week at the beginning of the international break. At the time of recording, he is playing later on today in a crucial fixture for Nigeria, and they're qualifying for the World Cup, so he might start that one. But I don't know if you saw the story, a couple of the main media outlets picked it up. The Nigeria squad were flying. They stopped for a routine refueling of the plane on the way to their next fixture. As they took off from there, their windscreen of the plane got cracked, so the aeroplane had to do an emergency landing back at the airport they refueled at. So very touch and go. If that window goes in, obviously, God, you dread to think what could have happened. There were 5 Premier League players on the plane, including Tolu Arokodare. Obviously, it don't matter if they're Premier League, wherever they play. It's just they're very lucky to get away with that one, and hopefully there's been no casualties, but they did arrive late at their destination for the next fixture. So thank God nothing happened there. In terms of the football side of Tolu, it's good to see him getting minutes and starting for Nigeria, and hopefully he can do something good for Wolves if he is called upon against Sunderland. On Strand Larsen, he only come on for 15 minutes in Norway's, I think it was 6-0, was it? Norway, he come on, but they are playing a friendly against New Zealand later on at time of recording. He might start that because they're going to rest the likes of Haaland. So he has spoken as well. He said he's still frustrated with his niggling injuries, but hopefully he can get over it and get scoring again, and hopefully get a good bit of fitness against New Zealand, ready for when Wolves play Sunderland, and you'd hope he'd start. Muller-Wolf also got 76 minutes in that big win in the qualifying round, so good to see him get minutes because he hasn't been getting many for Wolves. In some other news as well, I just want to talk about Jhon Arias. As we know, he did not travel to go and play for Colombia. Their representatives, or their manager, actually did quite a noble thing and said, look, we won't select you, continue your settling in period, I guess, into Wolverhampton, England, because Vitor Pereira actually spoke about it, saying how hard it's been for Jhon Arias to settle in, obviously bring his partner over, get a house, and it's took him a while to bed in. I think that's shown on the pitch of his performances as well, hasn't it? He hasn't really took off yet. He's got a little bit better lately, improved slightly, but we wanted to see a lot more from Jhon Arias, didn't we? Especially considering he got in the team of the tournament of the Club World Cup in the summer. I think we all expected a lot more, and now he's settled, hopefully. That means it's done him wonders, this international break, to stay in England and just go to training at Compton. So, yeah, let's hope he can get firing against Sunderland as well. Manetzi played the full game twice for Zimbabwe. He was captain in the second one, along with Torreira. Torreira played as well. A few short minutes for him as well coming off. Agbadu, who's obviously been struggling a bit for Wolves, actually got a goal in a 7-0 win for Ivory Coast, so that's good for him. Bit of a confidence booster going into Sunderland. Probably won't start, but still a confidence booster. Jackson Tachua played 2 full games as well for his country. Bellegarde for Haiti, his new international team Haiti, he actually got an assist in a 3-0 win, so fair play to him as well. He seems to be enjoying it there since moving over from France. Yeah, in terms of other players, not much report really. Krejci obviously played 2 games for the Czech Republic, as he's one of their main men, as we expect, but thankfully there's not been many injuries. That's probably touch wood. Obviously, there's a few games to go later at time of recording, but at the moment there's been no injuries, so very good. I know Fair Lopez played for the under-21s as well, Spain. And yeah, no injuries to report. So that's the best thing in it, because these international breaks, especially the friendly games, they feel so pointless, and it just disrupts the Premier League, which we all love to watch. And they do feel pointless at times. I know the qualifying's got to happen, but the friendlies are annoying. But yeah, no injuries at the moment. Everyone seems to be getting minutes in their legs, and hopefully the ones who have played full games aren't too fatigued going into Sunderland, because we need them. There's a lot of key players that have gone out, particularly Strand Larsen, particularly Tolu and Krejci, and obviously Santiago now. So yeah, Andre, the last I saw, was an unused sub for Brazil, but no, sorry, João Gomez was an unused sub. They beat Korea 5-0, I believe, but Andre did come on for 10 minutes. So they're back in the squad, playing in a friendly there where Cunha shined, actually. But yeah, but that's the news today. Comment your thoughts down below on Santi being captain, that real concerning story of Tolu, Jhon Arias settling in because he didn't travel, and I don't know if you saw it as well, Vitor Pereira's Instagram post, a bit of a cry towards the Wolves fans, a bit of a rallying cry going into Sunderland, saying we're going to be all right. But hopefully that meeting went well that he had with Vitor Pereira last week, talking about January editions. Hilarious. But please like the video, everyone. As I said, please comment your thoughts, subscribe, as it really helps the channel with the algorithm, and I'll catch you for my Sunderland preview in a few days. Cheers, everyone.